Okay, this video is Laowhy86, his real name Matthew Tai, academic hero. Okay, and the reason why I'm making this video and calling him an academic hero is this guy lived in China for 10 years, so he knows the language, knows the culture, is very knowledgeable about many things to do with China. He has a YouTube channel that's called Laowhy86 as it's spelled here, and I think that there is a trend that United States is becoming much more like China than we would want. And I think it's good for people to see how China is. China is potentially the future of the United States. I hope not. China is much worse than people realize. The Communist Chinese Party, founded by Mao, runs that place, and they're terrible. They do so many bad things. I think Americans tend to be, ahistorical, functional illiterates, and don't know anything about other countries. You don't even realize what your country's turning into. And I think it's good for you to see some of these videos about China, and you'll see what things are like. I had the experience, for example, this is many, many years ago, when a friend of a friend came over to our house, and the kid was about 10 years old, and this little kid starts walking around my house, and he's looking at my kitchen table, and he says, "This table, it's a piece of shit. It's American quality." His father makes furniture, and he's from Europe. And so at a young age, I think Europeans have more cultural awareness. If you grow up in Poland, you've had Russia abusing your country for over 70 years. You've had Germany abused your country. You know the difference between those two places. You know that maybe you want to go to the United States, maybe England, or maybe some other place. But the point is there's a historic cultural awareness that comes from having borders with a whole bunch of different countries that could potentially invade your country, that people grow up there. They got more of a historical sense, whereas Americans just go, everything's fine, this is the way it is always and the way it always should be. It's like a fish that doesn't know it's in the water. And all I can say is, watching some videos about China, I think, is very instructive, and you'll see it's much worse than is widely recognized, and that's good to know about.